children. So here we are with our next topic of chapter money, that is chapter 12 money. And the topic is introduction to the selling price and the cost price. Yes, during my live session, I had introduced some part of the selling price and the cost price. We did have a very good discussion in the classroom, and I was really happy that many of you all came up with such wonderful examples. So let's go ahead with more in this topic in details. So introduction to selling price and the cost price. We discussed cost price is the amount at which the shopkeeper buys the product. You people all gave me a lot of examples that a shopkeeper, his name is so and so, and bought the product for this much amount, sold the product for this much amount. So that was the selling price. Selling price is the amount at which the shopkeeper is selling you the product after adding his profit. What is profit? So I showed you what is the cost price, what is the selling price. Now the third element that I introduced is profit. We did discuss this in the live session. Profit is the amount that the shopkeeper, the vendor, the seller adds to his cost price and then sells at the selling price. Profit is the amount the shopkeeper adds to his item or the cost price of the item, and then sells at the selling price. So that means the selling price is actually the cost price plus profit, right? We did go to page number 208 and we read the example given there, and you people also came up with so many examples, and I did tell you to write one example of the same type in your copy, and you all did respond it very well. Thank you so much. Now let's move ahead in this more. So we observe that if the selling price is more than the cost price, then there is a profit. Selling price is greater than the cost price, we have a profit. So actually profit is what? Profit is selling price minus the cost price. I also told you that cost price can be written as selling price can be written as SP and cost price can be written as CP. We took a lot of example, like when I go to the shop and I buy a packet of milk. Okay, the seller sells me 1 kg packet of milk at rupees 55. Now that does not mean that the seller has bought that particular packet of 1 kg of milk at rupees 55. He must have got it at rupees 51 or maybe 52 or maybe at 53, and just by adding a profit of rupees 2, he's selling me at rupees 55. So what is his cost price? His cost price is rupees 53. What is his profit is rupees 2, and then his profit is selling price becomes 55. Let's see more examples. Calculating the cost price and the selling price of. The market price of the oranges is rupees 100 per kg. And the selling price is rupees 200 per kg. That slash sign indicates per, or we can write PER. Okay. The profit is obviously rupees 100. So the boy is selling to the girl oranges at the price of rupees 200, though he bought it from the market at rupees 100. And he's totally gaining a profit. Gain, getting something. His gain is rupees 100 or his profit is rupees 100. So we can use the term in general gain, but the proper term of this particular element is profit. Let's look at more examples. The cost price of the Diet Coke is rupees 20. That is what you see on the can. And you also pay rupees 20 to the seller, and that is your selling price. But that has not happened actually, because the seller, the shopkeeper, buys in bulk. He buys huge quantity of Diet Coke, so he is actually paying you, paying rupees 17, or maybe paying rupees 18 for the Diet Coke and selling you at rupees 20. That is the price written on the can also, that is MRP, that is marked retail price, maximum retail price. तो आपको लग रहा है वाओ, उस पे लिखा है मैक्सिमम रिटेल प्राइस ₹20 और मैंने भी ₹20 में लेके आया, लेकिन शॉपकीपर को 20 में नहीं मिला। वो जो प्राइस कैन पे लिखा है वो आपके लिए लिखा है सेलिंग प्राइस। I spent ₹50 when someone makes more money spending the lesser money. I spent ₹50 on something and I made ₹80. That means actually this 30 rupees is earned. Okay, 15 मैंने spend किया, 80 मैंने made किया, तो वो तो 50 तो मैंने ऑलरेडी खर्चा कर चुका है उस अमाउंट पे, उस पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट पे, तो my earned money is 30 rupees. So when someone makes more money spending lesser money, that is what is called as profit. That is what is called as profit. More. When do I have profit and when will I have loss? First, understand what is selling price and cost price. Selling price is the money that I will get by selling an item. Profit is the money I save after selling an item. Cost price is the total price that I paid to get an item. So if the cost price is more than the selling price, then that means there is something wrong. My selling price is less than the cost price. Or the other way, the cost price is less than more than the selling price. That means I have gone into loss, right? That means I have gone into loss this time. So let's see what more I have in hand. I'll go back and show you. We observe that if the selling price is less than the cost price, मतलब मैं जितने में सेल कर रहा हूं, अगर वो कम है जितने में खरीदा है, so I am in a loss. So that means loss is equals to cost price minus the selling price. That is CP minus the SP. क्या होता है? A lot of dead stock is lying with me, and all that dead stock I had bought for ₹20 each. But now, for 2 years, say it's lying with me, so I think of making a sale and somehow selling it out. So I decide to sell it for ₹15 instead of ₹20, which was my cost price. So this time my selling price is actually less than the cost price. So I'm losing ₹5 on each item. So sad. So I'm making a loss. And what is that loss? My cost price is more ₹20 and I'm selling it away at ₹15. So 20 minus 5 gives, 15, 20 minus 15 gives me 5. Let's see more. So my profit is equal to selling price minus the cost price. That is, profit is SP minus CP. And I learned one more parameter element, Loss is equals to cost price minus the selling price. Can you see the difference here? Selling price इधर आ गया, cost price पहले हो गया. Cost price minus the selling price, that is, see, cost price पहले हो गया selling price क्योंकि selling price छोटा हो गया. So that's why these elements change. ये profit है, ये loss है. Okay. So there are three elements, that is cost price, profit and loss. Selling price minus the profit is the cost price. Selling price plus the loss is the cost price. Profit is selling price minus the cost price, and loss is cost price minus the selling price. Please understand, try to understand more. We'll see more and more example that will make the concept clearer. Cost price क्या होता है? जिस पे हमने खरीदा, वो दो तरह से हो सकते हैं. सेलिंग प्राइस माइनस, मैं 20 रुपीज का प्रोडक्ट लिया, 25 में सेल किया. ओके. पर मुझे अगर किसी ने कॉस्ट प्राइस नहीं बताया है, मैंने आपको 25 में सेल किया है और मेरा प्रॉफिट 5 है, ठीक है, दैट मीन्स 25 माइनस 5, योर कॉस्ट प्राइस इज 20. मैंने आपको 15 रुपीज में सेल किया है, लेकिन मेरा प्रॉफिट लॉस हो गया 5 रुपीज का, ठीक है, सेलिंग प्राइस माइनस सॉरी प्लस द लॉस गिव्स मी दिस कॉस्ट प्राइस. 15 plus 5 is 20. So this is how the calculation takes place. Profit and loss. You can read it out. The price at which an article is purchased is called the cost price, abbreviated as CP. Without the dot also you can write. Selling price, the price at which an article is sold is called as the selling price, abbreviated as selling price. Profit or gain. If the selling price is greater than cost price, the seller is said to have a profit or a gain. If selling price is less than the cost price, the seller is said to have incurred a loss. Let's see an example. Find out the selling price if the cost price is rupees 780 and profit is rupees 120. What is the solution? Cost price is 780, profit is rupees 120 is written. आपको third element पता करना है, that is SP. So what is the formula we found out? That, no, मैंने आपको पहले दिखाया था. Selling price is equals to cost price plus profit. So let's follow this. Selling price is equals to cost price plus the profit is equals to 780 plus rupees 120, which gives me 900. So my selling price of product is 900. I hope you understood this part. We'll just go back and have a look again from here. We observe that if selling price is more than the cost price, then there is a gain or a profit. And thus the profit is equals to selling minus costs. Same way, if selling price is less than the cost price, there is a loss. So loss is equals to CP minus SP. We see at times, as per you, there is no loss, no profit. Can पे 20 rupees लिखा है, I paid 20 rupees and I bought the Coke. For you, the shopkeeper is no profit, no loss. But that is not the case in reality. Okay, no problem. What is profit? When someone makes more money spending lesser money. When I have a profit is the money I save after selling an item, and loss is the money I lose after selling an item. Selling price minus the cost price gives me the profit. Cost price minus the selling price give me the loss. Profit and loss का formula हमने देखा. We saw the elements, the cost price, the profit and the loss. We saw the definitions. And now I request you that I will be making the PDF of this video and uploading on the end tab. Okay. So you have to jot down everything in your notebook. You have to write down everything in the notebook. These are your notes related to the topic cost price and the selling price, profit and the loss. So I end my video here. I hope you have understood. Otherwise, we are meeting at the live session and discussing more questions on it. Okay, have a good day, children. Take care and study hard.